Hi everyone, my name is Lakshanie Wickramasinghe and I am a second year PhD student at the Department of Immunology, and I did my honours year 2 years ago in the same department. So tonight I'm just going to share my honours experience and hopefully give you a bit of insight into what it's like, and hopefully you'll get a few tips also. First, a little bit about me. So I completed my Bachelor of Science at Monash University, majoring in the two best subjects ever, immunology and physiology. And so in 2016, I did an honours project where I combined these two interests of mine to go on to assess the link of the inflammatory link between a lung and eye disorder in preterm infants. And so the questions that arose from this led me to start my PhD last year, where I continued on with the work that I did in honours, but also delving a bit deeper into the neonatal inflammatory lung aspect under the supervision of Associate Professor Margaret Hibbs and Dr. Evelyn Santikos. So what is honours? Well, honours is predominantly an intensive 9-month project that's based in the lab, at least it was for me. And so this is really unique because a lot of the projects that you might be looking at and you get given is there's like a novel or a newish element to it. So this means that you are essentially the lead investigator, where you will be helping out with the design of the project, the experimentation, of course, the analysis of your results. You know, what do they mean? Are they significant in the wider context of the disease you're looking at? And of course, learning how to present your research in the form of seminars and also in a final document called a thesis. So this is very special and a more wholesome view of what it's like in research compared to what you might be used to in undergrad. If you have done a unit that has a laboratory component, a lot of the experiments are already set up and the results expected. So it's only really a small aspect of what it's really like to be in a research setting. So a typical week in honours was really supervisor laboratory meetings, planning out the experiments, optimising experiments to make them better, lab work of course, and researching the literature to know about the background of the disease or the project that you're doing, as well as writing up the results. So I can't stress enough just how rewarding honours really is, because at the end of it you come out having acquired an advanced level of research skills, analytical skills, and professional skills that can be applied across a variety of disciplines. So it really does open up the opportunity to go through a lot of different pathways, whether it's continuing down the research pathway, master's, PhD, or applying to different graduate jobs or industry, government, because these employers know just how much dedication and commitment an honours year really is. So you doing an honours can only really enhance your profile. Choosing your project, I recommend pick something you enjoy. What are the areas of interest you have? So for me, it was, as I mentioned before, immunology and physiology, but in particular, the immunological link and the diseases that affect the respiratory and vascular system. So that's how I knew where the projects that I wanted to look around and scout for. Second, and most importantly, choose your supervisors and laboratory wisely. You spend a lot of time in the lab with these people, so you want to make sure that you're compatible with them. And tonight is a great way to do that because there's a lot of PhD and postdocs around. So they're the ones that can really give you the insight into what daily life is like in the lab. And you should ask them, what's expected of me as an honours student in the lab? What are the hours I should be keeping? What techniques am I learning? And because the lab should be a supportive environment, it should be a place that you can ask questions comfortably, and it's positive, and there's lots of opportunities for you to grow and maximise your experience in honours. Here are some misconceptions. So one of them is a year of research is you have to do it alone, or you'll be expected to know everything from the get-go. And that's not true at all. You're not alone. Research at any level of your career, it's more of a team sport, right? And when you're just starting out, your lab is your support network. It's your ultimate support, and that's who you go to if you need help and assistance with anything. And when you come in the first day, they're not going to be like, go do that experiment, I want to see the results by Monday. No way, because a lot of the techniques you will be using and the equipment is highly specialized. So you do need adequate training for you to feel comfortable and safe to use that. And then eventually when you will have the confidence to go on and do those experiments by yourself. Honours year equals no life. That's not true at all. So if you do sports and extracurricular activities like music or volunteering, you can still do that. And especially when I did honours, I like to volunteer on the weekends, and I still maintain that. And it's probably recommended as well because it's a bit of a break to that intensive day you've had. So definitely you can do that, have a balanced lifestyle during honours. So you don't need a perfect GPA in undergrad to succeed in honours, not at all, because the style of learning is very different. In undergrad, it's very much textbook heavy, lectures, just listening, writing, and doing exams. In honours, it's completely different. It's much more of a hands-on, practical experience, and I personally really preferred that and really gained a lot in being able to apply the science that I've learned and then learn them through my experience of doing those experiments and so on and so forth. So definitely don't worry about if you don't think you've got the perfect GPA, you don't need it, because honours is a brilliant experience, a practical one. So you might be asking, does research suit me? How do I even know that's what I want to do long term? Am I going to be a good researcher? Well, sometimes you just have to try. It's really hard to find someone who has figured out the exact career pathway and have actually stuck to it. And even the most successful medical researchers, they don't know early on whether they wanted to go down that medical research pathway. But what's common to all of us is the passion and curiosity about science, and in particular about the human body and how it responds to diseases. And seeing as you're all here tonight, I suspect you have that curiosity too. So definitely nurture that, because that's what's going to get you far. And if you do end up doing an honours year, then that will lead you to do really good research. Here are my 5 key tips to succeed. 1, be organised to make sure you know when each of your deadlines are so you can be adequately prepared. Communicate openly with your supervisors. That's what they're there for, to hear about if you have any major questions about your project, and bring up issues early. Write your methods early. So I've written methods here, but you can really start writing anything early. I just think you should be able to write your methods as you go, because in order to do an experiment, you need to know the methods. So it seems the most practical, and it's good because you get that out of the way and you can focus on your results and discussion. If you don't use EndNote already, for all of you that are laughing, then I don't know, are you using it? Because it's emphasized in undergrad and you need to use it in your honours year because it helps you save time, it makes your work more professional. Except EndNote doesn't like to be overloaded with 100 references in one night, so do try to use it early on and learn how to use it. You can use it really effectively. I definitely found that helpful. And finally, have some courage, just give it a go. Don't be afraid of doing experiments because you think it's going to ruin or make a mistake. I mean, you can only really learn from it, right? And I don't see anything wrong with that at all. So if you follow these 5 tenets really closely, there's no reason that you won't get your first-class honours that you truly deserve. The benefits of doing honours at AMREP. So I think Terry and Sarah already covered a lot of these points, but I want to highlight and reiterate these 2 points that I definitely found useful when I did honours and even now. So the first one is that we have the opportunity to attend a diverse range of seminars that are come to present that are lead researchers and clinicians from both domestic, regional research institutes, but also international guest speakers who come to share their research with us. And being able to attend these seminars that are often free is fantastic, because you get to see research that's conducted outside of your field, opening up your eyes to what else is happening, but also some of the research that is presented is just incredible, it's outstanding, and we're lucky that researchers come to our site to do that. And the other one is we're lucky also that we have the connection to Alfred Hospital, because we get to see how discoveries made in a research lab is translated into clinical applications that can have profound impact in communities. And I think that's really special. But essentially, what honours has to offer you is a feast of ideas. And all you have to do is grab a plate and help yourself, because we're looking forward to discussing all of these ideas with you. Make sure you talk to a lot of people here tonight. They really want to chat with you. And so if you have Twitter, please feel to follow me and the lab I'm a part of at HIBSA. And I'm guessing you're already laughing because you see my joke. So I feel like as an aspiring immunologist, I feel like it's my public duty to share as many jokes as I can that are related to immunology. So this is just one of many. If you don't get it, feel free to come see me and my buddies, immunology, over at the Reach at the seminar room, where we'd love to give you an extensive overview of immunology. So all the best, everyone. I look forward to seeing you all next year, and thank you for listening.